fellow residents of Radnor and the Lower Merion Township. I would like to welcome you to a very interesting, hopefully, talk that we have today. And I would like to thank Mainline Network for hosting this. This is Nelly Berman School of Music Presents. I'm the director of the Nelly Berman School of Music. We're located in Haverford, right on Lancaster Avenue, across from Haverford School for Boys. And we listen to their screaming when they do matches. And they have to listen to some of the most beautiful playing that comes from the windows of our old green Victorian building. And today we have in our studio two very unique people. One of them is a totally brilliant teacher whose name is Dr. Igor Resnianski, who has been teaching at the Nelly Berman School for a long time. He's also a professor at Westchester University, and he has nurtured and chiseled and created most extraordinary musicians, both children and, of course, at Westchester University, where I recommend you send your children to study. And with us today, and representing the most incredible work that Igor has been doing, is a student of the Nelly Berman School, Alyssa Gabrilovich. She's 17 years old. And very often when we live in a certain place, we don't know the treasure of who our neighbors are. Very often we have to travel to other cities, to even other countries, to discover great music. And now, in reality, on the main line at the Nelly Berman School of Music, you have most extraordinary children who play professionally. Not all of them, please, I don't want to scare you. We do have children playing Mary Had a Little Lamb and Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But we also have a scholarship program at the school. It's a non-for-profit 501c3 non-profit, Nelly Berman Classical Music Institute. And if anybody is touched and moved by what you will hear, because later on you will hear two excerpts that Alyssa Gabrilovich will play for you, please donate. And it's donate at nbsmusic.com. And our scholarship program specifically is geared towards merit scholarship, merit students who are financially needy and at the same time who work very, very hard. And you will hear Dr. Igor Resnianski and Alyssa talk about what it is that's very unique. And believe me, stay tuned, it's going to be very unique. So I would like to introduce Dr. Igor Resnianski, who will tell you a little bit about what he does with Alyssa.
Hello, everybody. My name is Igor Resnianski. I do teach at Westchester University of Pennsylvania and the Nelly Berman School of Music. And Elena Berman, who is the director of the music school, passionate musician, gifted pianist herself, and who is a daughter of Nelly Berman, who started the school quite a few years ago. And that school became one of the leading musical institutions in Philadelphia area. I worked at the school for many years, and we have a good track record of students of all levels. As Elena said, there are some kids that play in very light pieces and enjoying no pressure, so to say, work. And we have students that are very dedicated, work very hard, have lessons twice a week, and supported by the school and the scholarship that is offered by the school. So Alyssa is my student. We've been working together for about, I think, 10 years, yeah? So Alyssa is one of dedicated students. She has lessons twice a week, and each lesson is 1.5 hours long. So she has very good support from her family, from her mom, who is dedicating a lot of time to Alyssa, to all of her events that she has to go to, festivals, competitions, recordings, and so it's a lot of work. So, and I had privilege to work with a lot of talented students over the years. And Alyssa is currently, we have a news for our audience that's watching this program, that Alyssa was recently accepted to one of the top international junior competitions, one of the top competitions in the world, Van Cliburn Junior International Piano Competition, which will take place this June in Dallas, Texas. And Alyssa has been preparing for this very hard. We have a big program to prepare. There were about 248 applicants applying for this competition, and they selected through the 2 rounds of video auditions to 24 competitors who will come and compete live in June. So Alyssa made the cut, and it's big achievement for her itself, of course, for us as a young musician, and for Nelly Berman School of Music. We have we have a good track record of a lot of serious competitions, but this is one of the top competitions in the world, and this is a big deal. So we're going to talk a little bit about that, and we'll probably ask Alyssa a few questions because she's the one who is working very hard. So we're behind, helping her, supporting her. But she has to really walk the walk and talk the talk.
I would like to say a few words about what it means to prepare for competitions. People always think you learn your pieces, you practice, and then you go out on the stage and you perform. No, this is not the case. There are 4 rounds in the competition. Alyssa has to learn 2 hours of music. Can you imagine having to focus and play 2 hours of music in a row? Well, not quite in a row. There are, as I mentioned, 4 rounds. So the first round, Alyssa has played at the music school. Her teacher, Dr. Resnianski, invited me to come and listen, for Alyssa to be scared, because it's very hard. The pressure is enormous to play, even though it's not the big international Mount Cliburn competitions junior, but there are kids who come from 44 countries. She was one of the 24 winners chosen out of 248 for 44 countries. So a lot of pressure. So she played her first round, and I was literally crying. I was listening to most incredible music. Her playing was on such a high professional level, and knowing her from the age of 7, I truly had tears streaming down my face. Then I said, this is not possible. We have to invite an audience. For the second round, the room at the Nelly Berman School, the recital room, was completely full. We had an RSVP, and people were told to come and listen and to be amazed. And it was incredible. And people who came, they never heard anything like this. Then Alyssa played the third round of music, and there were people who truly were touched greatly. Now, if she passes through the stages, and that her teacher will talk about this, the last round, the 4th round, is playing a whole concerto with the Dallas Symphony Orchestra. That's a lot of fun. So now I'm going to ask Alyssa. Alyssa, you must have made a lot of sacrifices to be able to even learn music like this. I know that you have won Chicago International Competition and Cleveland International, and many, many competitions, not just local, not just national, but also international. I know you played with Vancouver Symphony Orchestra. You're a very hard worker, and you're so lovely. You're such a lovely person, always smiling, always giving me hugs, and I enjoy so much to know you. You're also a wonderful musician and person. Tell us a little bit what it is that you sacrificed, because you must have done something that other kids don't do. Tell us a little bit about that, and tell us what it is that you think has the music studying helped you in any way, shape or form, not just in music, but outside of music.
Over the years, I've had to designate a lot of time to practicing and performing at all these concerts and recordings and stuff like that. So I've had to sacrifice a few things. For example, school. I've had to miss quite a few days because I've had to go to different places or travel to different competitions. So I've had to make up work, especially in high school. It's harder because the classes are harder and then there's more homework. So I would have to make up like 30 pages of notes, which I didn't do. I never made that up.
I'm glad she was missing those schools, so more to me.
I never made those notes up.
Music is important.
Music is more important. Music is more important.
Of course we're kidding. Guys study.
But yeah, and I've had to miss, and I've also missed like sometimes I have to sacrifice my social life, like a lot of hangouts with friends that I've had to miss, and different, I guess, like social events, like dances or stuff, and that's but that's okay because piano is more important. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and what about how did it change you? What it contributed to you as who you think you are as a young woman, and what you think will happen to you in the future, having had this kind of music life?
Music has definitely had a great impact on me and how I handle different things and like my mindset. It's definitely helped me with discipline and stamina. I think, like, especially my mom, since, you know, she's Russian, she's like had a great impact on me being more just like working harder, because I think if I didn't do piano, I would be more lazy and I would procrastinate, which I still do. But like it helps me with like I have to practice and I have to focus, and it helps me like focusing in different things. Like now I focus more in school better, and I can make myself focus, you know, because if I didn't have piano, I feel like I wouldn't be as good with that. And then also it's helped me with stress, because playing in front of all these people and all these competitions where everything's like live streamed, it's like a lot of stress. I do feel a lot of stress, but I think it's helped me because now I know how to handle that stress like healthy. So if
This is great.
so if I like do school and I have a test, all of these kids are like, oh my God, I'm so stressed for this test. But to me, it's like, what are you stressed about? I have to play in front of all these people. Like, it's like, it helps me, you know? So it's good.
Okay, this is wonderful. This is wonderful. Igor, tell us about your support, musical support for Alyssa preparing for competition of that magnitude.
Well, preparing for competition like this, and for audience members who are maybe their kids taking music, or musicians that might be watching, you understand, to get to the level of going on one of the top junior piano competitions like when Cliburn is it takes years of preparation before that. It's not the preparation just for that competition itself. So the years of training, because you when you start learning an art of playing an instrument, and in this case it's piano, you start from very simple steps, very important but seem to be simple. The music is not complicated, and over the years it becomes more and more complex, and then the music itself, the art form, is challenges you on multiple levels: intellectual, of course, technical, physical, emotional, and so over the years, the students that are more dedicated, Alyssa, who worked very hard over the years, and without hard work, nothing would happen. So no talent beats hard work. It's just that's how it works. So over the years, you build that stamina to be prepared for a big event like that. So, and as a result, when you get lucky actually to be picked, because to be picked in the competition or win a competition, you have to deliver a program on the highest possible level of performance. And then there is a big factor is luck. It's the jury has to like you. Almost like musicians always say, you have to have your jury. Not your jury in terms of they know you, but the jury that likes your style of playing and likes the pieces that you chose, and also programming. So it's a rather complex, multi-years preparation for competitions like this. Starts from small events, small competitions, local, then it branches out into state, and then it goes into the international. And luckily, the life of young musicians can be very busy right now. There are so many competitions that are available. Sometimes it's a little bit overwhelming, but if you approach them in a healthy way and build up the experience, then you can be ready for a major competition like what Alyssa is preparing right now. So, but her specific program that we prepared is, as you said, it totals about 2 hours of music and 3 solo rounds, 20 minutes first round, 30 minutes the second round, 40 minutes round 3, elimination after every round, and you have to be, if you make it to the next round, then you play a different program up to that minutes requirement. And then the final round is a full concerto with Dallas Symphony. And the kids that are selected, they're all on a strong level. So it's all about delivery during the competition, and it's all about if judges like what you've done. And it's very subjective, but that's part of this art form. It's.
What do you think about the need of competitions? What is the purpose of competitions for young people like Alyssa? I know that so many young people want to participate, even local competitions. Every mom dreams about her child winning. What do you think is the purpose, overall purpose, like on a big scheme?
Yes, there are multiple levels of purpose, if you will. First of all, it gives kids a goal, as we all know. So having a goal in preparation motivates them to work harder.
That's really important as a teacher.
That's right. So in that preparation, you build the stamina of keeping that focus for whatever the length of the program that you're working on. And then the actual going through the actual competition, driving there, waiting for your turn to play, hearing potentially other kids performing, which can be distracting. You have to get used to kind of blocking it, if you will, so not to get influenced by. And then going on stage, all of a sudden you won against judges, and then you have to deliver what you've been working for. So it starts with small steps, smaller competitions, and then the two outcomes. One of them is when you get rewarded by a prize. So you feel rewarded for your work. So it gives you that some kind of instant, what is it we call it? Gratification. So, and then the other side, which is very important, when you lose. So when you lose, you have to learn how to deal with that. And in life, we not always win, so we often lose, or it seems to be losing. So, and for a young person to be able to put so much work in preparation for whatever level of competition, and then do not get anything in return, and say, well, that's okay, I will try the next time. The main thing that I played as well as I could. Next time, maybe, the judges will select me, not to get angry at this, not to get disappointed, not to get disappointed to such a level that I don't want to play this instrument anymore. So I believe that part is more important than the winning part. Because if you don't learn how to take losses, it will be hard for you in general to go through life, because life doesn't give you wins most of the time.
It's almost like riding a bicycle, learning to ride a bicycle. And when a child falls down, parents always try to make sure that the child immediately gets up, gets on the bicycle, and doesn't cry. I mean, they can cry, but gets on and learns to ride. And then when the child does learn to ride the bicycle, it's an exhilaration. I think that competitions, for me, obviously, I 100% agree with you about the goal of giving that the child has to have a goal. It's so important. But I think listening to Alyssa play the several times that I listened to you, it's no longer a child performing, it's listening to great music. And all of us, we have a goal in our life to leave something behind us. And these great composers, very gifted people, incredibly, they were expressing their deepest emotions. It could be passion or sadness, tragedy, incredible sense of humor. And you are able to experience that as a human being. And I think that it's one of the greatest things in life to be able to experience something and share this with other people. So when you play pieces by Prokofiev, that's so funny and elegant, or this very interesting modern music, the Vine Sonata that Igor
Vine
Bagatelles, playing this incredible Bach pieces, that the chaconne that you will hear later on in this program, that is gives me goosebumps. The Ravel piece, the boat in the ocean. You are actually producing art. So whether or not you get a prize, in reality, for me, does not matter. Of course, it's always nice. We always want to be recognized for what we do and what we work hard. But if you think about it, you have already touched me and many people who were there and many people who listened to you. You have impacted me in a way to see that you are a role model for so many young people. Very often we do have to choose something when we're very young, because studying music, you cannot just decide to study music at the age of 18. It's just not possible, because the muscle memory, the brain memory, it's all done in reality before puberty. Everybody can hear my Russian accent, and even though it's after a certain age, that's it. No more ability to play incredibly well. And so, please, think of this like this. Don't go to the competition with the idea that you have to win. Go to the competition with the idea that you are touched by the music of these composers, that this music means tremendous amount to you as a human being, and that in a way, even judges are sitting there and they're judging you, okay, you did this, but they are human beings and they will be touched by your playing. Every piece you play, you have to give it meaning, you have to give it yourself. And if you're able to feel the emotions and be able to express them to others, that's your goal. So I hope that would be your overall mission in your playing. And Igor, any comments that you would like to say?
Maybe audience would, we're talking about very serious stuff here, but maybe audience members will want to hear some fun stories about Alyssa.
Okay.
Maybe music related, that you remember that maybe playing something goofy happened, or anything that music related, but it's funny. Because
something super funny. We had the celebration of the arts. It was a multimedia event with a mainline art center and the ballet school, a classical ballet, classique. And I decided that it would be so much fun for her to play with another student. And it was another boy at the Nelly Berman School, Ben Sessions. Ben. And he and Alyssa are very musically compatible. They both love music. And they played the Scaramouche by Mio with Brasileira. And you should have seen the dancers. So that was goofy, because to see dancers doing all kinds of fun things with their bodies.
We didn't even see the dancers.
You didn't see them.
We didn't see them, and we never practiced with them either. So it was on the spot.
On the spot.
Okay, on the spot. But you know what? A year before that, Alyssa also played with dancers, some of the pieces, and there was one of the students who couldn't come. At the last moment, there was something wrong, he couldn't come. And I'm calling Alyssa's mom. She's driving to I think it was Newman University, and I'm saying, Alyssa, you played that piece. Do you think you can play? Of course, she didn't have the music. She came there on the spot, played it. The dancers didn't even know she didn't have it. And oh my God, was that fun. So you have your wonderful sense of humor and such an easygoing personality. And that's, by the way, is Igor's, also great Igor's teaching, because music can also be fun, and his teaching can be fun. And listening to this, it's all about life. Sometimes we laugh, sometimes we are not happy with ourselves, but I think Igor's teaching has created Alyssa with a goofy sense of humor as well. So.
Well, I have one. So that must be, I've been passing them to my students. So, but I would say in conclusion, Alyssa. In conclusion, Alyssa, so what is now that you're preparing for this competition, as we started from this, how do you feel about this, going for it? What is emotionally, how do you prepare yourself, or anything that you want to share with audience now that we said what we would normally say as teachers, but you're the one who's going to do it. So how's your emotional preparation for this? Besides the physical, of course, you're practicing and we're running the program through, but how are you preparing yourself emotionally? Is there anything going on there, or you just at this point try not to think about it, or you kind of trying to assimilate internally and come up with some kind of almost like self-therapy, if you will?
That's a really interesting question.
Okay,
let's see what
I'm really nervous. I could say I'm excited. I am excited, but I'm not gonna lie. I am nervous, really nervous. And every time I play a piece, I always think, oh, if I play it like this, then, it's weird. Whenever I play my program, on the last piece, I'll be like, if I'm playing there, the last piece, I'm gonna be happy. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to describe it. It's like if I'm playing my round, and then on the last piece, when I'm playing it through, at the Nelly Berman School, I think, oh my God, when I'm at the Cliburn and I'm playing at this time right now, I'm gonna be really happy because it's gonna be over, you know what I mean? Play and stuff. And I just try to keep that mindset. I try to keep the mindset it's for fun, It's all fun. Just have fun with it. Because if you don't have fun with then what is the point? You know what I mean?
That's true. You have to enjoy what you do.
Yeah, enjoy what you do.
Good. So, but you sleep fine. You don't have nightmares.
No, I have nightmares. I actually did have a nightmare about it a couple of days ago. It's fine.
How was that nightmare? Can you share with us?
No, I don't. It's okay.
It was the boat in the ocean.
It was the boat in the ocean.
It was a nightmare.
Going to Dallas. Yeah.
But look, there's always sunshine in the boat in the ocean, right? Doesn't it end really well?
Always.
I hope it will end really well for you with the sunshine.
Me too.
So basically, I mean, in your preparation, you're absolutely fine. All right, you have to treat it as it's your performance. You have to have, I wouldn't call fun, but you have to enjoy in what you do. But you also have to find the moment of, quiet time right now and think about this, almost like meditate and try to sometimes disconnect from the busy, noisy environment we live in and try to focus on the art that you will be sharing with the audience. And as Elena said, don't think about this as a burden, but think about this as you're the messenger. You're bringing these pieces that you internalized and you have something to say about, and you do, and you're sharing it with the audience and the jury members who are people then. And if you give a genuine performance, even if they hear these pieces a little differently, maybe they have different opinion or different way of playing, if they play those pieces, I think they will appreciate the genuine sharing in your interpretation. That's why it's an interpretive art. So you're interpreting, it's not them. You just have to convince them that your interpretation is heartfelt and genuine. So, and that requires sometimes to disconnect from the noisy social environment that musicians have to do before practically every performance, but especially performance under pressure, like a competition. So you have to kind of be in the zone and try not to be distracted by a lot of just noise that life.
And the audience will hear two excerpts that Alyssa already recorded. One of them will be this phenomenal Bach Chaconne, which was written for violin and then was transcribed for piano and by Busoni. Several hundred years later. And then the incredible Ravel's piece called The Boat in an Ocean. And listening to this music, which is so different from each other, I'm really thinking that you reached a level, and this is why you were chosen to participate. And that's what you have to remember. You were chosen to participate is because you are capable of truly getting into the role. You're an actress. You have to, but at the same time you feel it has to be incredibly genuine. As you're playing, just think of who you are in relationship to music. See colors, make stories, create this incredible mood that you're in, and that would be your goal, and not to think of what is for prize. But you are an artist at the age of 17, and I'm so proud of you, and I'm so grateful to Dr. Igor Resnianski, who was capable of creating this very unique young woman, and who knows, maybe hopefully Alyssa will go to Westchester University and study with you, even as either as a music major or as a music major, and maybe she will double major. There was a famous pianist who won, I believe, one Cliburn competition, who I think was boasting that he lost every single competition, and many of them, maybe 10 competitions, before he finally won the Van Cliburn. I don't remember his name.
John Nakamatsu.
Okay, and there's a YouTube video, and he says, I lost this competition, I lost that competition, and he ends up like listing one after another, and then, he won it. So, in life, you just keep going and just think of deeper meaning in what you do. And I hope that you will enjoy and create this ambiance feelings. And Dr. Igor Resnianski, bravo, congratulations.
No, thank you to the Nelly Berman School for support, because without the scholarship program, a lot of kids wouldn't have this opportunity to have extra lessons. And then for the audience, for our local audience, just if you didn't hear or didn't know much about Nelly Berman School of Music, you can Google and you can find there is a lot of concerts that happen over the school years, including the summer program.
We have weekly performance classes. And Alyssa,
and watch out for Alyssa Gabrilovich, because she's our local celebrity. And so
say hi to her if you.
She's gonna stay with music, I'm sure. And then going through her college, and then just watch for her name, and then she's periodically appears in the concerts in the area. So hopefully we will see some of you in the audience.
And I'm so happy that you have watched this presentation. I hope that you will listen to Alyssa perform. come to Nelly Berman School concerts. We have wonderful summer camps going on, learning to play. Like this summer, besides chamber music, the students are going to be learning classical improvisation and also jazz improvisation, scales, arpeggios, chord inversions, modulations from key to another key, because music is not just written as a inspiration, it's actually quite intellectual. So I'm very happy to have met you over the public access, and we have a wonderful community. Those who create and those who appreciate, and those who appreciate are very important. So please appreciate Alyssa, Dr. Igor Resnianski, Nelly Berman School of Music, and we will work together to make sure that the music, classical music, continues to touch the hearts of our young generation.